Okay, so today I wanted to talk with you about potentially losing your U.S. passport if you have unpaid U.S. taxes. So, can this happen? Yeah, absolutely. So, the IRS has the authority to basically certify to the State Department that you owe back taxes, and the State Department can yank your passport from you. They have this authority to do this, and they do it quite frequently, honestly. What they're finding is that the IRS, most of the time, it's happening with dual citizens. So if you're an individual that was, let's say, born in another country and you're a citizen of that country, but one of your parents was an American citizen, right? And so they applied for a social security number on your behalf while they're abroad. They applied for that U.S. passport. So you're basically traveling around the world with, a U.S. passport, but you haven't lived in the U.S. You still owe U.S. taxes. This is one of those things that surprises a lot of people. All right, if you're a dual citizen and you live abroad and you've got that blue passport, you need to be filing Form 1040 tax returns every year, reporting your income, paying taxes that you owe. If you find that you haven't been doing this and the IRS determines that you owe a lot of money, they can pull the passport from you. So, what does it really take to get to that level? Well, you have to owe a lot, right? So, the IRS considers seriously delinquent tax debt to be something at around $55,000 or more adjusted for inflation. Now, this includes interest and penalties. Okay, so this number can get very, very high very quickly, right? So if you owe, let's say, 25,000 in taxes from a few years ago, the penalties and interest can get you up to 55 very, very soon. So you don't actually have to owe a lot of tax in principle, I would say. You just have to owe tax from many years ago or multiple successive years, and then you could easily hit this 55K number. So if you owe 55,000, that's principal, interest, and penalties or more, and a notice of federal lien has been filed, and a levy has been issued, then the IRS can then basically refer this on to the State Department. The State Department will look at it, and what they will do is they'll hold your case for about 90 days, and they give you this opportunity to try to fix it, right? So they tell you, hey, look, okay, you can, you know, reach back out to the IRS, get in touch with them, settle up on this debt, pay the balance owed, and then we will basically withdraw the potential revocation and no longer deny the passport so long as you make good on the debts. Now, if you're not an expat or if you're not living abroad, dual citizen, and you're just in the U.S., then this is also a problem for you as well, right? So if you have a passport and you have a lot of debts that you owe to the IRS, they'll pull your passport, prevent you from traveling abroad. And a lot of this is designed to kind of keep you from fleeing the country, right? So, very important to always make sure to pay your debts. I mean, there are always options where the IRS will not come after you. So for example, right here, they've got a nice little laundry list of elements here where you might owe taxes to the IRS, but as long as you're making a good faith effort to try to enter some sort of installment agreement, or if you declare bankruptcy, then they can't take anything from you. So, right, so the tax debts that go into that 55K don't include tax debts related to FBAR filings. It doesn't include IRS approved installment agreements, right? So if you owe the IRS 200 grand, but you have an installment agreement set up, this doesn't count, right? It's only those debts that you have really made no effort to try to pay, right? So debts related to an OIC, other debts where collection due process hearing is requested, collection due process hearing has been suspended because of innocent spouse relief, and then some of the others here, right? Bankruptcy, if you're a victim of identity theft, all these elements can try to get you out of this potential passport revocation. So, it's definitely comes down to your kind of individual facts and circumstances, what kind of scenario you're working with. But frankly, in practice, where I see this becoming the biggest problem is with those dual citizens. So if you're a dual citizen, you haven't filed taxes, there are programs for you, such as the Streamline Foreign Offshore Program. These are programs where you can just file the past few years of tax returns, file 6 years of FBARs, pay those taxes, get caught up, and then you can kind of avoid this issue. If you're a U.S. citizen and you've never filed taxes before and you live abroad, you need to act quickly on this. Okay, do not ignore this, right? Because if the IRS determines that you owe a lot of money, you could have that passport revoked, and it's obviously not something that you want to do. So, okay, so that covers it for this video. Just a quick one on passport revocation. You know, the short answer is just make sure you're complying with the IRS, pay the debts that you owe. If you can't because you don't have the cash, certainly understandable. That's why the IRS offers and compromise programs, and they have an installment agreement programs. All of those might be good options for you. So, all right, that covers it. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Take care.